Today on the Tom Kelly Show, we're doing this completely video blog style. It's a week in the life of, or it's really two 10-minute chunks in the life of your pal Tom Kelly. We're going to start wandering through Times Square, where I screw the camera up quite a bit, and then we're going to talk about how I go on a quest to see my friend Caissie St. Onge and Busy Phillips, and I wind up getting a date with the founder of a dating app. Let's start this hodgepodge of a show. All right, friends, we are podcasting from the middle of the world, Times Square. Yeah, it's probably not going to last that long. So what do you say we start the show?
The Tom Kelly Show. Everybody, I want you to go to the Tom Kelly Show. I want you all to know.
Here,
The Tom Kelly
inhale the
Show.
fumes. Here we go.
Thank you.
Podcasting from the center of the world, Times Square, ladies and gentlemen. You are experiencing, you are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. Yes, I'm getting the middle finger as the man passes. Yeah, there you go. Show starting. And I don't know why I'm doing it. I have this ability to do the podcast with people from all over the world. Excuse me, where are you guys from? Spain. There you go, Spain. There we go. Quick. Where are you guys from? New Hampshire. Exotic places like Spain and New Hampshire. There you go. By the way, that guy is so New Hampshire, isn't he? Oh my God, look at him. He's adorable and has a beard. He's cuddly. He's like a living Build-A-Bear, that man. I like him. Anyway, there you go. So I don't have a podcast. Well, I guess I will by the end of this. I don't really have any big themes planned out, so I thought I would start the podcast video blog style. But I did a show, Stand Up New York. They opened a new, you know what, I'm not going to bore you with the specifics of New York comedy today. All you need to know is I did some stand-up, I emceed, and I'm kind of looking for new places where I can perform. Show went well. What do you say first? I jam in some of my favorite moments from tonight's stand-up. Here's how I know. Trump is going to win. My mother's a big Kamala Harris fan, and my mother has dreamed. My mother is a brilliant woman. She has a doctorate in education, and her oldest son is telling jokes in the basement of Times Square. She's very proud. But my mother, her whole life, has dreamed of seeing a female president, and she bought non-refundable hotel rooms for January 21st. Yeah, we're jinxed. We're fucked. She did it for Hillary, too. But that's basically like, imagine getting concert tickets to see Taylor Swift, and instead you have to sit through Kid Rock. That's where my mom's going to be. We're going to work on that joke this week, and we're going to get something. All right, guys. Oh, my God. Real quick, we talked about Diddy. I've decided, since you brought it up, let's talk about this. Apparently, he would buy truckloads of Johnson's & Johnson's baby oil. I bought one tub of Vaseline in 2005. It expired in 2011. I still have it. We had this argument. You guys have been following the New York politics. Who's worse? Diddy, who would throw freak-off parties, or Mayor Adams, who accepted bribes? Diddy? Who thinks Diddy is worse by your applause? Who thinks Mayor Adams is worse by your applause? Mayor Adams is worse because here's why. Diddy would throw parties where horrible things would happen to women. And Mayor Adams is sad he wasn't invited to them. Thank you. So I'm on the subway. I'm walking to the subway right now. And I guess I'll pontificate for a minute. So it's funny. I went back to the studio. The two studio shows rated incredibly low. And I don't know why they rated so low. Maybe it's because I just wasn't doing anything exciting. Nobody wanted to hear Tom Kelly's views on Pete Rose. Whatever it was, the show's rated low. And does that drive what Tom does? Yes. Yes, it does. I'm a needy bitch, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. But anyway, getting into the things of New York City, Times Square, that kind of a thing. Times Square has become a lot for me. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, where are you guys from? the Bronx. See, there we go. We've met people from Egypt, New Hampshire, and the Bronx. You can't get... Now, why are you waiting for the express train and not jumping on the local?
Because who wants to take long stops?
There you go. See, and now you're learning. I came all the way.
A 30-minute commute on an express train will last you an hour on the regular. Okay.
So the express train really does go faster?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
I'm from Nebraska. It's my first time in New York.
Welcome to New York.
What advice do you have for a guy who's video blogging and from New Hampshire?
Once you get on the train, hide your phone.
All right, there you go. So why don't we just hit stop now? It is 11:30 at night. I'm on the New York City subway. So listen, the lady wasn't wrong. I've decided to not hide my phone because it's only 11:30 at night. I'm only going one stop from Times Square to 72nd Street. What did I have for options tonight? I got invited to a birthday party for my friend Jacqueline Denise. She was on the podcast before. We had the podcast with her when we were on Sheep's Meadow. We went to Central Park together. We podcasted from Central Park. And the fun thing about her is she has a birthday party, and the birthday party is starting at midnight. Yeah, that part of my life is over. I am not going to anything that starts at midnight. If anything, I go to parties now where I want to guarantee it will end by midnight. I know that sounds boring. I know I'm always like, why don't I get invited to more parties? And yeah, listen, you got to go to more parties to get invited to more parties and whatnot. But Jesus Christ, people, I just walked up a flight of stairs. I'm winded. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. So I forget which of you I was talking to about this, but I am, dicking around with this podcast. I call this podcast a trial and error podcast. A friend of mine had a line, "Hey Tom, you're so good at trial and error. Why don't you try trial and success?" Yeah, should start doing that. That would be great. By the way, people do look at you funny when you're walking around town with a selfie stick. That's a whole other angle where it was very inviting when I walked around with the selfie stick when I was in West Virginia. I walk around with the selfie stick in New York City, and you're right, kind of like that lady said on the subway platform, I am a target for a mugging. I really am. So along those lines, we did trial and say, I tried a couple of jokes today. I tried one new line, but I feel like it's hack. Someone just told me I gave off BDE, Bald Dad Energy. I may have even put the clip in. No, I didn't put this clip in. I didn't record this line. Someone came up to me and said, I have BDE, Bald Dad Energy. I just feel like it's been done. I don't know, but then again, it's very for me. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. I'm streaming. Can anybody? No, see, the people in West Virginia were more into this. Nope. They're busy. I don't know. I'm gonna get mugged by a frat boy too. Yeah. I just want to ask that question. Has anybody heard that joke? I got BDE, Bald Dad Energy. Sounds like a road comic joke, but it sounds like a road comic joke that works. I may put it on the TikTok all by itself. We'll see where that goes. What else do we want to talk about, guys? So, yeah.
The Tom Kelly Show.
So there you go, people. That was sort of part one of the podcast where I'm still learning how to fool around with this wireless microphone. I'm still learning how to, again, like I was saying before, this is a trial and error podcast, and my life is trial and error. So the next part of the show is kind of fun. I'm actually giving you a preamble, a setup, if you will. I'm in Washington Square Park. I came down here to meet up with my friend Caissie St. Onge, who I worked with at Rosie O'Donnell, and now she's on a podcast, Busy Phillips is Doing Her Best, where I sometimes think of renaming this podcast, Tom Kelly is f***ing shit up, or Tom Kelly is wandering through life. Anyway, Busy Phillips has a QVC show. A podcast and a QVC show. Yeah, and QVC is like the home shopping network. It's like if Amazon.com had a TV show. I guess they do have that. It's called Amazon Prime. But anyway, it's a late night talk show on an app or whatever the hell it is. And all you need to know, God, I use that phrase, all you need to know, a lot. Anyway, they were doing a segment where they invited people to come down and do makeovers in Washington Square Park. Thing is, I had Dr. Jim, my shrink from 11 to 12, and I live on the Upper West Side, which is really half an hour away if we're being honest with ourselves. You know, it's hard to believe, but you're in Manhattan. No, everything, even down the block, is like an hour away in New York City. So anyway, going into the wisdom of Tom, life is what happens when you get off the sofa. I was rushing to meet my friend Caissie and celebrity Busy Phillips, and I saw a woman putting up a sign for a dating app. Actually, you know what? Let's just show you what happened, and maybe you'll be able to make sense of this. We are in the Village a couple of days after I recorded the first half of the show. It's now winter coat weather, where it's that weird thing of you need the winter coat in the morning or you need it in the afternoon. And I basically call this I don't want to get laid weather because I'm wearing my big ugly winter coat. I'd rather be warm than in love.
Girls like winter coats.
What?
Girls like guys that wear winter coats.
Do you like this winter coat?
I love that winter coat.
Okay, you're being so sweet. So so here I am walking down the streets of the Village. I see a beautiful woman hanging up a sign that says, "Single men want to go on a double date with us." And I just read about this in one of those online things. There's Olivia, who loves stand-up comedians. She's a super fan. She's a dog owner. She runs. She likes cheese and chocolate. And then there's Ava, who is a nurse, a yogi, loves to go on hikes. Tuna melt girly. I've never heard it. And then
a girly who loves tuna melts.
And you're the one hanging this sign up. What the hell's going on here?
So I'm Danielle. So you came up to me and you were like, "Which one are you?" And I'm like, "I'm neither." So basically, my friend and I noticed that people are putting all of these personal flyers up for themselves and like business cards and pitch decks. And we actually have an app for singles. It's called Fourplay. It's not what you think.
Okay, you're the Fourplay. I was reading about Fourplay.
Yeah.
You're Fourplay.
I'm Fourplay.
I was reading about Fourplay, and I just put you into the radio thing. I write for morning radio shows. I read about you in the New York Times.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, thank you for including us.
So hang on. So what's your name?
I'm Danielle.
Danielle, are you single?
Yes.
Okay. Has owning a dating app helped your career? One, and then two, has it helped you find love? And deep down, do you really want to find love? Because I'm in this spot as a comedian who joked about being single for a whole time. Honestly, being single was really a job skill for me for 15 years.
Interesting. Right. It's like an asset to be a co-founder of a dating app if you're single.
Yeah, like
because it's like I know how to do it. I know how to be single.
I mean, you could be like, yeah, I got laid, it's done, but now you're not really looking anymore.
Right. No, I'm looking.
But are you looking seriously?
Yeah, I'm looking seriously.
Because honestly, you and I fall in love right now. Mm-hmm. I think you're less employable and less interesting as a dating app runner.
But I'm the founder, so no one has to employ me. So, but I could say that I was single that I had dating app experience for 12 years in New York City.
What questions should I be at? So did you explain what Fourplay was really?
One thing that I did explain what Fourplay was. It's two single friends create a shared profile together and then match with another pair of two other single friends.
So you need a friend who's also not getting laid.
No, they might be getting laid. No one said that just because you're single, you're not getting laid.
Oh my God, you're getting more interesting by the moment here. Okay.
But you need another single friend to use it, correct?
You need another single friend to use it.
Yes.
You know what's funny? We're in front of a bar where I had my first New York City hookup ever.
Which is why the flyers are going in front of this bar.
Yeah, there's good-looking
people. This is the perfect bar.
This bar's changed name like 5 times, but it's always good-looking people in here. Okay, back to us. Okay, so what's the benefits to going on double dates rather than single dates?
If you go on double dates, you're immediately authentically yourself because your friend is there. So like your friend is holding you accountable to you being yourself, otherwise they're gonna call you on your shit. So you're most yourself, you feel safer emotionally and physically. For women, we feel safer.
Okay, yeah, which is a big thing, yeah.
Which is a big thing, and it really decreases the pressure for the outcome of the date. So really the outcome of the date can be anything. It can be friendly.
What if I go on the date with Olivia and Ava? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, wait, was it Olivia and Ava?
Olivia and Ava, yeah.
Oh God,
you really remember
No, but you know why? And this is wonderfully creepy.
Your nieces are Olivia and Ava.
I have 2 nieces that name, and I just started screaming out, "Oh my God, I'm in love with Olivia!" Oh my God, this just got so effing creepy. I go on a date. There's 2 people, and I'm gonna say we're gonna do this in 3 minutes. Don't go. We're gonna be only 3 more minutes. 3 minutes and we're done. Okay. 3. We're timing it starting now. I go on a date, and my buddy likes one girl. I don't like the other. My buddy's hooking up with the hot chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it we each go on a date at the same time?
Okay, there's no assigned seats.
Explain that.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but that was not explained properly on the recording. Go.
So you are not matched with one girl and your buddy's matched with that girl's friend. The way that it works is you and your buddy are one entity, so are they. And when you match with them, you are going out the four of you as four single people. Whatever happens, happens. But this is why it's better, because there are no expectations. Like, if you end up just being four friends because there was no pairing off, fine. Maybe there is pairing off. This has happened to me. This happened to us, by the way, my co-founder and myself.
So
she was out making out in the corner with a guy and I was with the other one and I didn't like him. But because we were going on to the foreplay date with the intention of just being friendly singles, I was fine to like hang out with him, be her wingman.
Okay,
And
let's
he
go
and her
crazy for a
friends.
minute. What if now I'm the hot one? You're both fighting over me. You get what I'm saying? Like now suddenly, or let me not try to be a comedian and I'll be real for a minute. Without being silly, I go out, me and my hot friend Bob, go on a date with you and the co-founder. Bob's hot.
Okay.
Bob is smoking, even hotter than me. And Bob is interesting. He's 6'5", blue eyes, finance, all that. And then you got me, the loafy sidekick. What happens if the two of you start fighting over the same guy? And nobody wants me.
Okay, so I would say no one is forcing anyone to use the app, right? So if you would be the type of guy who would go up to women at the bar with Bob, knowing that you might think that Bob might get the girl, but you're down to go and talk to two women at the bar with Bob. This is no different. You might go up and talk. It's like a simulation of that. Those two girls at the bar might like Bob better, but you're still there being his wingman. Same thing on the date. If you wouldn't go up to two women at the bar with Bob for that reason, then you're not going to join foreplay with Bob.
Okay, now, I met you, I met your co-founder. We're at less than 30 seconds. We're going to add 30 seconds on the end. Real last question. You're classy. She's classy. How are you keeping the creeps and the swingers off your app? And the polyamorous? Or is this the 21st century?
Yeah.
And guess what, Uncle Tommy?
You want to be poly? Yeah, you can be poly.
Are the poly okay on your app?
They're fine, but they're probably not going to find what they're looking for because it's not the most common use case. So as they browse other people, they're probably not going to see other people who are also looking for that, although they might see some. But the majority of people, the most common use case is two single friends.
Okay. And actually, I don't even want to knock poly because poly's acceptable.
Right.
Creepy swingers, though.
Creepy
The
swingers.
creepy poly.
Just creepy. Creepy. How do we keep creepy?
Well, how do you, I don't know, man. I grew up in a world where two guys going out on a date was friggin' weird. You know, I love what you're doing for women, but as a guy who grew up with douchebag guys, I hate what you're doing for women.
Right. Not every guy would use it.
Well, how do you keep the creeps off?
So we look at every single day, we look at the new people who join. We manually go through
You're manually vetting.
manually vet every single person who joins.
All right. I promised that I'd let you go, and we're 44 seconds over. Yeah, there we go. Say your name. Anyway,
I'm Danielle Dietzek, and I'm the co-founder of Fourplay Social.
All right, Danielle. And Danielle's going to add me, and then I'm going to ask her out later. Or maybe I'm not. Honestly, maybe I'm not, because I got a kick out of this whole sign thing.
You have 3 seconds to ask me out.
Oh, 30 seconds. You want to get out? Want to
Sure.
go? Okay. Wow. Even while I look like this, you better marry me looking like this, because it only gets better from this.
I'm not judgmental.
Oh, I am. And I absolutely.
Right, you were like, you only look hot in that light.
Okay, you know what?
What if you both like the hot girl? Yeah, I got it. You're
All right.
judgmental.
Who'd have thought we video blogged and I got a date out of this? Get the hell out of here because your friend's going to beep the horn and yell at me. All right, bye, guys. I'm going to hit stop. You just made my day. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, premises. Tom Kelly gets out of the house, goes to meet people for a makeover show, intentionally dresses like a slob, and then meets a really smart woman, talks about something really interesting, somehow gets a phone number while dressed like a slob. And you know me, people. Tom Kelly has a great expression. Don't ruin a first date by talking about marriage. But, you know, that's something I've wanted in a while. I want to be loved when I'm at my lowest. So that way you'll also love me when I'm at my hottest. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, guess what, folks? You got some real life adventure you're going to have to stay on board for. New podcast once or twice a week. We aim for Mondays, but at this point, this is the podcast where one comedian, Tom Kelly, just screws around and has fun and hopes you come along for the ride. And the grammar checks. Until next time, folks. Good night, Washington Square Park.